I chose osteopathic medicine because at the time that I was entering medical school, or at least applying, I really wanted to do orthopedics. I was always a sporty person. I love the anatomy of the human body, and I just thought that would be the perfect job for me. It's amazing how things change, but so I love the idea. I really didn't know what a DO was, an osteopathic physician was at the time. I just thought a physician was a physician. So I thought it was, the idea of the osteopathic manipulative medicine was very foreign, but I loved the sound of it with the minimal research that I did at the time. And I thought, oh, that would be perfect. I would have my orthopedic, I had these early dreams of having my own orthopedic practice, or maybe in a small group, working with athletes, and doing OMM on the athletes, you know, and just kind of incorporating that manipulative medicine into my practice. And I really just fell in love with that idea. So when I started researching and found out that osteopathic medicine was a thing, essentially, that I researched and I found out about, I was really drawn to the ideas. On the interview day, I was very impressed with the school. I was very interested in PBL, and that was one of the major reasons that after hearing the presentation by Dr. George and many of the other doctors at the school, they come in and talk to us that day, I really was impressed. And then on the actual interview process itself, a couple of the physicians that run the PBL and really impressed me. One of them has been and continues to be my mentor in medicine. To this day, he happened to interview me, and I was just so impressed with how passionate both of them were, especially him, about the PBL process, about the learning, and about, you know, expanding my knowledge and the experience that I would have there. Definitely the people that I've met, the people that I've interacted with. It's amazing the vast array of people that you spend your time around while you're in medical school, and as a physician, obviously too. Started off on day one with my classmates, people that are, you know, similar to you, going through the same process that you are, just as nervous as you, but also, you know, they have their own unique stories behind them, and you know, meeting them and becoming great friends with many of them. Our class is, you know, over 190 students, so there's a lot of them, but I've made a lot of close friends in medical school since starting. The school itself, the physicians that teach us, the doctors that teach us, you know, are just so, they have so many great stories, and I really just love absorbing things that people that have more experience than me have to say. Was how difficult it was going to be to balance out your entire life while in medical school. You know, I have a lot of friends that I try to keep in touch with back where I'm from, you know, lifelong friends. I've also made a ton of friends, you know, in medical school that I like to keep in touch with as well. I like to keep in touch with my family. I enjoy being active and eating healthy and trying to do that, but sometimes the stresses of medical school really do make it difficult to do a lot of those things outside of medical school effectively, and it's something that I've learned, I've gotten better at through my 2.5 years of medical school so far, and it's something that I know I'm not anywhere near perfected, and it's something I continue to try to improve in. I really want to still be a part of kind of an academic setting at that point in my career. I'm not really sure where the great, in the great future, beyond 10 years, I want to be, but I know in about 10 years, I still want to be a part of an academic institution, perfecting my craft of medicine, whatever career path I may choose. Right now I have, my ideas. I'll do cardiology, and I'll fall in love with cardiology for a month, and then the next month I'm currently on pulmonology, and I really love pulmonology and critical care medicine. It's amazing how how difficult this decision is going to be for me to choose an actual specific path, but I know that I will eventually, weigh all my options and weigh my decisions and finally make a decision. And whatever I do choose, I know it'll be the right one. And I'm going to, in 10 years, I should be practicing medicine at that point, whatever I do choose. And I really see myself staying humble, being someone that my father would be proud of, really caring for my patients, being much more confident in my craft at that point. I'm still very intimidated with practicing medicine at this point as a third-year medical student, but I look forward to being confident and more intellectual and personable with my patients and having them rely on me and just being a great all-around physician. I really look forward.